It's so easy to laugh, it's so easy to hate. It takes guts to be gentle and kind. Welcome, everyone. We are going to do the lottery reading in this video, at the end of this video. So I'm pulling one name now. We're going to see who the winner is. If you don't know what's going on, this is a lottery that I do every month. If you'd like to join, you can do so on my website or on Patreon. And whoever wins receives a reading. And apart from that, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave comments, like my videos, and if you're so inclined, go to my website to check out the different reading types that I offer, and you can even book a personal reading with me, which helps this channel going, and hopefully it also helps you. Okay, so we're going to try and find someone to receive a reading. Who's it gonna be this month? Takes a while. Okay, I think this is gonna be it. And it's Hali. Congratulations. And you're going to receive your reading at the end of this video. And now, oh my goodness, we have a jumping, flying, exploding, whatever card. It really wanted to come. It fell out of the deck right away. And it's none other than the card of death. So, as always, let me read to you the words. Halal, tod, mort, death, smrt, morte, or morte. Okay, so we all know what death is, and we all don't know what death is. It's an interesting thing. It's one of the defining features of being human, being aware of our mortality. And we all have a very different way of relating to death. But as a rule, I would say the typical thing is we're all a little bit afraid of it, even if we don't believe that we're ever going to die. So it's an interesting thing that on the one hand, we are consciously and logically aware that all of this is going to end at some point. But then also emotionally or psychologically, we're thinking that, okay, everybody dies, but not me. I'm gonna be the one who lives forever. So it's an interesting dichotomy here of information and beliefs. So let's see what or how or in what way death is going to be relevant to the upcoming week. Let's find out with the help of the tarot. So let's ask, what is dying? What is dying in a spiritual sense? What is decaying, dying, fading away, whether we want it or not? Okay. And it's the card of the Chariot. So the Chariot, although in this deck it comes across as this really kind of cheerful, easygoing, and vibrant card has kind of a shadow side. The Chariot represents the all-encompassing, relentless, sometimes ruthless energy of human ego, the one that is able to push through any obstacle and exert his will upon the environment, even if it's to his own detriment. This is stubbornness on some level, as well as the amazing accomplishments that we're able to achieve as the result of this incredible determination and resolve that we as humans have. So, what is dying here? I think what the cards are trying to portray here is the process or the trend of losing motivation to do things for profit. And profit, not just in the sense of money and finances, but in terms of self-interest, expedient endeavors that serve you and you only. Those kinds of things are losing their appeal. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing depends on how you interpret it. I would welcome this new chapter and be happy that it's happening for you, for us, because it shows spiritual maturity to be able to get to that point where you realize that you're part of a bigger ecosystem where it is also within your own self-interest to nourish and support your environment, as well as it is supposed to support you. So symbiotic relationships as opposed to competitive behaviors, the understanding that hierarchies are the product of your mind, even if, when it comes to evolutionary psychology and biology and all these fields, people often like to think in terms of this hierarchical structures of dominance and power, and how that's the alpha and omega of all human behavior. What I think is unfolding here is the recognition that you are something more than these no doubt important biological foundations that to a certain degree dictate your behavior and how you conduct yourself. But at the same time, it's just one component of a very complex puzzle where what you're trying to do is you're trying to be free. And the Chariot at times can be so laser focused on making things happen and being so wrapped up in the idea of perfection and productivity and achieving things that you forget to live in the moment. So to a certain degree, I think this is liberation from the tyranny of the ego. And whether you get scared when this is happening or whether you start laughing and enjoying it is up to you. I'm just here to tell you that this is coming and we're all going to experience it to some degree. So thanks for watching. Now we're gonna get into Hali's reading. And if you want, you can stick around and see how that goes. All right, Hali. So let's see what the reading should be about. So we're going to do this sort of freestyle reading, which, by the way, is available on my website in any tier. So if you guys are watching this and you're interested in getting a reading such as this, where we don't have a very specific structure to follow, it's more of a going with the flow type thing. You can find it on my website. But nevertheless, let's see what comes up in terms of the topic. All right. Okay, so the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a charming card. She is the one who mediates between the domain of the subconscious and the conscious realms within the psyche. She's the one with the key to the understanding of some processes that at first seem enigmatic. Perhaps some dreams that you've had that you're grappling with and not sure what they represent. The High Priestess is, it represents, or she represents, your deep, intuitive power that, regardless of how long have you been subject to conditioning and training and traumatization by society, with results of numb or insensitive consciousness. Some of us have that problem. No matter how deep this part of you is buried under layers and layers of tactfulness, politeness, good manners, rationality, whatever, all these labels that make it sound like it is reasonably buried. So no matter how much or how deep it lies, it is still within you, and you can learn to access this part of you. It takes a little bit of practice because we've been disconnected from ourselves. A lot of what's been going on in society and how we consume media, even what we do in our day-to-day lives, the kinds of impulses and stimulation and triggers that we are exposed to, those kinds of things can desynthesize you. So let's see. Well, let's see first off what your High Priestess is trying to tell you. So let's find out about that. What is your High Priestess trying to communicate to you right at this point? Oh, another gorgeous card. The Star. Okay, so I think one of the biggest challenges that we face in this modern society is the obsession with and the constant egging by external factors to want to compare ourselves with other people. This comparison, which happens on the basis of mere appearances anyway, so who knows how accurate it can be. But even at face value, the act of comparing ourselves to other people needlessly and ceaselessly, it has the effect of our souls becoming numb, even number than before. So it has a numbing effect. It has the potential to demotivate you and to not notice what life truly has to offer to you. So I think the star here is reminding you that what you are, how you are in this world, who you are, is an incredible miracle if you can notice that. If you're unaware of it, then you become a mass product and nothing differentiates you from the rest. But knowing your uniqueness, noticing the ways in which you have been built for this world to be a unique, idiosyncratic spark of the cosmos that can never be repeated, cannot be replaced, cannot be controlled and tamed. You're a wild card, and you're going to continue to be, and there's a beauty in that. And the High Priestess is asking you to appreciate that. We all get a little bit uneasy every now and then with how we appear to other people. We're trying to live up to some expectations, which sometimes are not even realistic. And so the star is basically suggesting that the only races that you should enter are the ones where you're the only contestant, where you're the only one being compared to yourself. So that's what the High Priestess is trying to convey here. And let's see another card to give you some guidance on how you can invite more of the High Priestess energy. And we have a flying card here, the Five of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So the Five of Swords is about discomfort and discord and conflict, especially covert conflict that happens beneath the surface. So one thing that could really train your High Priestess and allow you to strengthen those intuitive muscles is to try and be a little bit critical of what happens at a surface level when you're in a social interaction. So what I mean by that is that the Five of Swords is suggesting that there might be some passive-aggressive, hidden dynamics going on in the background or hidden from plain sight. And although these do not have the potential to cause you big harm, so I would say that the point of this exercise is not to get paranoid or to anticipate that this is against you, I would say it's more along the lines of just human nature manifesting itself, the nasty side of it being on display here. But nevertheless, you can try and listen deeply to conversations that are going on around you that perhaps at first sound innocent, but if you turn on the High Priestess, you can kind of pick up on some hidden tensions between people that maybe you didn't notice before. And this type of information can be, of course, useful to you, but another important thing here is that it's going to allow you to get in touch with that High Priestess part of you, to train her to give you information that maybe you weren't really listening to beforehand. So thank you for watching. Thank you everyone for being here. If you're still here, and I would just like to remind you that it's possible to subscribe to my channel. It's possible to like my videos. And I love it when you leave comments. So do that too. And you can also go to my website to check out the readings that I offer. And you can also email me if you're having a hard time finding what you want on there. Thank you again. See you next week.